time we got?
It's about 2:30.
2:30, so we got 4.5 hours till the show time.
Something like that.
Start warming up the body now, baby. Show day. Ah! Feel the burn. See? We got Brad.
What are you doing over here, bro?
I'm trying to be like my boy Kyle here. We got all the tricks and nicks and crannies. We got all the positions. What we're doing over here, Kyle? A little butt work.
That's
A little steady.
Yeah, you need to
leg raise.
You need to contract your left glute while relaxing your right glute at the same time, and then. Yep, yeah, your shoulder posture's a little off, but he's getting there. Work in progress. You guys have seen us bowl on TV. I would say a lot of times, but it's not a lot of times. But you know what the show looks like. So we came up with a great idea of trying to showcase the day of what it looks like on a day of bowling on TV, which ends up being, when the format's like this, it's just a lot of sitting around. But I guess there's some weird quirks and stuff. Like, Brad, what do you do? What are like weird things you like to do on a show day, or like anything you dial in on?
I have no idea.
You have no idea?
No, I mean, it's a normal day.
Just you try.
But it's at night too, 7 p.m. It's just weird because you have to sit around all day. The night things, because a lot of times, like, you're usually tired. You get done the day before. It's at noon.
Yeah.
Some of the shows I've had have been at like noon. But the 7 p.m. is like weird. What do you do?
You try to make it like a normal day, but then you end up just sitting around all day.
But you don't want to be tired, so you don't want to exercise too hard. You don't want to gas yourself out.
I don't know. You don't want to go do something.
Yeah.
So we just sit around all day. So that's what we've been doing. But one ritual I have that I'm actually I say ritual. This is the second time I've done it. We got the Top Gun socks.
Is that one of your strike songs?
Locked and loaded. Not this time.
You're not putting the Danger Zone as one of your strike songs?
I wanted to, but I didn't go with it.
Alright, what are your strike songs?
Well, they wanted me to do, they asked for them, Country Roads for West Virginia. So it worked out well last time. And then, everybody come up, it's time to slam now. So I requested Space Jam. We'll see if it actually gets listened to. But we're locked and loaded with the Top Gun socks.
I think that's a good one, actually. Who gave you that recommendation?
Dude, Amanda, actually.
Everybody.
Yeah, it's gonna be late. I got those from Strikes. Well, we got our stuff packed. I got my bowling bag ready by the door, so don't forget this. This is like a bowler's worst nightmare, is arriving to the bowl and not having like your shoes. Now you don't have your thumb and all this other crap. I also got all my workout equipment that I've been using. Foam roller, a couple hip bands, another band I use for some ab stuff. This week we've been doing like pretty much an hour warm up before every bowling session, incorporating with some stretching, some workouts, just some activation. And then you may ask how. You know, you're bowling 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 games today? Is that the most you could do?
3
for me, so the most you can bowl is 3 games. I do need to warm up. Well, little known fact though, on the show days, we're practicing. So I practice and we'll bowl for a half hour there. Then you're throwing other practice shots and warming up. So like, even though it's only 3 games, I'll probably get to possibly like 8 to 10 games today. Easy. For just trying to stay loose, trying to stay warm, getting the body right. You know, you throw 10 shots here, then you take a break, you throw 10 more, you take a break. So it just ends up being a lot of bowling. So we warm up, we got the workout equipment, we got the backpack, and we're ready to get out the door. Don't want to forget these, or else I'll freak out. Alright, well, Dennis, pan around. You can see the emptiness before the craziness is about to happen. We just got done doing our interviews over there. You can see there's the cast. Randy's giving his questions and stuff over there. But yeah, show day. Gotta have an interview with the TV crew. All those fun facts that you hear is normally us divulging to them, or usually, probably 50-50. But yeah, go give them the scoop on what's going on. Usually ask like, you know, how'd the week go? How you doing? Any updates on your life that we should know about? Like, you know, how you feeling? All that good stuff. Just to kind of freshen up the storylines. But yeah, we do that. It's like 4:30 right now. We got practice at 5 to start warming up. This side of the house now, in a place like this, the practice is actually really important. We bowl in a different bay. Completely different set of lanes. All lanes are not made equal. This bay plays completely different than that bay. And apparently this right lane is pretty tricky. So keep that in mind. I usually don't play into that a whole lot, even if it's tricky. I'll just try to adjust a little bit. But yeah, we're just chilling out. We got practice in 30 minutes. Did my interview. Now I'll go get ready and wait for this place to fill up. Still some more sitting around and waiting. Oh, and we drilled 3 balls. So I get to go try those for the first time. Different. I think I threw 10 bowling balls over there. They're just a lot different. Not having any righties makes it interesting. So I think we're going to be playing them left. Drilled a journey that looked okay. Threw an idle that looked okay. And attention star definitely still looked okay. I don't know if I'm going to throw it though, but yeah, wow. A lot different. I'm thinking a little bit. match did not go as planned. Guess we're giving you a day in the life of what it's like to bowl on TV, and this is the end result of when it doesn't go so well. You know, slight recap of the World Series. Really proud that I was able to, you know, battle through and throw some shots when I needed to pretty much all week. You know, felt really good about my game. Was in a good mental headspace. It was really good. You know, we bowled 61 games, and you know, really was mentally locked in for all of them pretty much. You know, a couple mishaps here and there, but you know, I was really happy about that. And then, you know, the TV match, you know, that pattern, that bay played a lot different over there. Not as much built-in friction. Didn't really have a whole lot of confidence in my ball reaction. Made 2 good shots early. Made 3 really bad shots. Second half of the game was a little better, but I really didn't throw any good shots to what my standard was. And, you know, my spare shooting was really good all week. So to essentially give the match away by missing a 10-pin like that, just felt really bad. The process of how that kind of happened was I just got a little too ahead of myself. My thumb was definitely, I was battling this feel in my thumb the whole time where my spare ball felt a little big, but then I picked a bunch of spares before that. And I should have put tape in it, but I didn't. I was kind of thinking about that, and I just got a little quick and whipped the 10-pin. I think that was the first one I missed all week. Do that well all the way up to that point was really tough, but it's just kind of what happens on TV. It's very possible to do that. I just got a little ahead of myself. I should have taken my time and put some tape in my thumb and just a little more dialed in, but the moment just got a little fast, and I just missed it. So it really sucked to work that hard all week to lose like that. You know, if I pick it and say get 9 or 10 in packy doubles, it's, you know, it's a whatever. But to essentially give the match away, it's never a good feeling, but it's always a learning process. You know, bowling on TV is, and just bowling in big moments like that is always a learning process. You gotta learn to process information. I was really happy with how I bowled all week, especially when I mean, the facts of the matter is the left side was walled all week. You saw all the lefties on TV. So to be one of the last righties left was really cool. Just learning.
Second righty.
Second righty, baby.
You and EJ.
Me and EJ. It was good, you know. Thank you guys for following along this week. I already feel better about it. Last night was a little rough for me. Just like I said, when you work that hard all week to go out like that, just doesn't feel great. But gotta thank all the fans for showing up last week. And last night, the Detroit Thunderbolt Arena is always popping. But yeah, that's a day in the life of bowling on the show. You wait around all day to whiff a 10. But no, it was good. It was happy. You know, I'm very fortunate to be able to have made the show. Really happy on how everything turned out. Going into the week, if you said I was going to finish top 10, I would have, that kind of would have been a pipe dream. But that's what ended up happening. You know, we're progressing. We're getting better and better. You know, when you bowl out here, you have a lot of those low moments. Those high moments, you cherish them when everything goes your way, because there's a lot of low moments that build to that high moment. And that's why you see guys get super excited and really happy, because there's a lot of losing that it takes a lot of losing to win. And it's like a tough realization that you have to get to, but it is just the fact of the matter. All these guys out here have lost way more than they've won. The greatest win like 4% of the time. So, you know, you just have to learn how to lose, learn how to build from it, you know, and next time when I go in there, you know, I'll gain a little bit more knowledge. You know, I had a little bit more knowledge going into this match. You know, the first shot in the 10th was a decent shot considering how I threw all the other ones. It just didn't carry. And you know, looking back on, like, I'm happy I was able to throw a good shot there to give myself a chance in the 10th to you know, force Packy to do something. But you know, the pins didn't go my way. Yeah, it was good, but we move on. That's done. Put it in the memory bank. It's there. Now we move on to the next task. We have a day off today. We're heading to the TOC. We're gonna celebrate this man's birthday today. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday.
Yeah, that's what I woke up to.
Yeah, dude. I've been waiting.
Like Dennis is up. What the hell's going on?
Dude, I've been like wanting to go in your room the whole time, and as soon as Dennis was up, I was like, we're going in there. Happy birthday, happy birthday. So yeah, it's good. Everything's good. Got to see the little girl for a little bit. We got one more week of tour. Gotta get this man through the PTQ tomorrow.
We're staying with all the house guys.
Staying with all the house guys this week in a mansion. 13,000
There's a tennis
square
court.
feet. The house has a. Does it really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. What are we doing?
I don't know.
We gotta pack up and get out of here. They're kicking us out.
Yeah, nice
Moving
bowling.
Thanks.
At least the game was close. I was happy you and Packy got to face off.
Yeah, it was
You
cool.
beat him 2-0 in match play.
Yeah.
And I just knew he wanted revenge.
Yeah.
And it was cool to have like a YouTube contest. I was watching it with Kevin.
Yeah.
And it was just cool. Like the past 2 times you've bowled there on TV, you've had the crowd big time.
Yeah.
Well, Packy got a show in earlier this week against Kevin, and they just had a great match. And Packy had the crowd then, and then he just kept it going. Like game 1 against Martel, he's pumping up the crowd.
Pumping up the crowd, dude. I have a hard time doing that.
It is hard to do that.
Like we talk about process so much, and for me, when I get the crowd pumped, it also gets me a lot more pumped.
Mm-hmm.
Heart rate goes up, and the whole thing we're trying to do is kind of keep our heart rate pretty steady so you can make better decisions and better shots. Dude, when I get the crowd pumped, I'm like, it feels great, but then your adrenaline's rushing for that next shot.
you're
For me,
jacked,
like
yeah.
you're jacked, and you have to like bring yourself back down. So that's why I neglect sometimes trying to pump the crowd
Yeah.
up, because it's tough. But there's definitely moments where you can. I try to save those moments for when, you know, I'm not gonna throw another shot right away or going into a commercial break. Like those are good moments to try to get the crowd.
Yeah, I also wonder if it was nice for Packy to already have a show in under his
Oh,
belt this
yeah,
week.
dude.
Just the
This was his 3rd show.
just the whole atmosphere and just the comfortability of it. And
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
just-
I talked about this a little bit in an interview I had last night, to where for me it's a lot easier to bowl on TV when you've had that experience, like you've been on TV recently, so like a lot of those beginning nerves and things, like you're just used to feeling them, so like you can settle in more. And also, like last year at the Masters, I felt it was a lot easier to bowl on TV because we bowled all those intense matches going up to it. So when I got into an intense match on TV, I was already used to like throwing shots all day, whereas, you know, yesterday, like I had a day off, and you just lose that little, like you have to be able to lock back in, and it's not as easy to lock back in sometimes, especially when you go from like not bowling to bowling on TV. I always find it easier if you had some TV prior, whether it's the week before, a month before, or sometime, you know, not a year or 2 later. And then also if you're still in that competitive zone.
yeah.
So, but, you know, it was great. It was cool.
No, at least it was a close match.
Yeah, it was close.
I mean, it sucks to, you know, miss the single pin when it's close, but
Yeah.
at least for like me watching, I was pumped, dude. I was having a hard time watching.
Yeah.
It was just close and 2 friends.
It was a good match. So shout out to Packy for bowling really well. Shout out to Eric Jones making it through. He's a killer. 19, bro. 19. You gotta
You see
watch
his
out for
dad
this man. I
in the
didn't.
front row there.
No, I.
Full suit on. I was sitting right next to him.
Full suit.
I told him congrats after
That
Eric
dude
got through.
he was standing up. He was pumping the crowd up when
Really?
Eric was strike, dude.
That's sick.
Like everybody would be clapping, and his dad would stand up and just like front row, just so proud of Eric.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, I can't imagine being a parent and watching your kid bowl on TV. That's gotta be.
Give it 20 years, you'll be there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hopefully she's golfing on TV.
This is the 2nd time EJ's been the only right-hander on a show in his career.
Really?
Yeah, the year he led.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
Very.
And you really might be the only. I've never seen that before, other than EJ that one time. And
No, I've never experienced what we experienced. I mean, we talked about it in the vlog, but I've never bowled games to where there's no traffic. They asked if that was a advantage on the show afterwards, and I was like, well, not really, because like a righty's game, especially, you know, being one-handed, I can't hook the urethane like two-handers can, and that's obviously the game plan that, you know, they were using early. And, you know, our games are built, at least, you know, my game is definitely built on playing transition, because the lanes transition so fast. We don't bowl on fresh except for the first 8 shots of the first game. So like, I like when there's traffic to built-in friction, so I can start hooking it and doing all my tricks then. When there's no one building in a little path for you.
Yeah.
I didn't find that, especially on that pattern, it needed some friction on it because it wasn't the easiest on the fresh, especially going to that bay. That bay doesn't have as much built-in friction as the other one.
Yeah.
So I can't just send it to the right and get it to hook back, and it was still flat. It's still a hard pattern to where there's not like built-in hold. So you have to really lace shots, and that bay, those 2 lanes are hard to carry on. So even if you do, your 80% shots that are striking in the other bay, they're ringing 10 over there. So I didn't find that as an advantage. I didn't think it was going to be an advantage going in. I knew I was going to have to just throw really good shots, and luckily I had a chance to win. But yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah, I've never experienced anything like that to where, especially in the match play, you go to game 4 and there's no righties that bolt on a pair. You're going to fresh.
Yeah. And I almost wonder if you would have had the first match, because they got a lot of shots. Martell and Packy, they threw shots for 20 minutes because there was a delay.
There's just a delay, yeah.
And so you only getting 4, and then they bowled forever, and then you
Yeah.
come back in and get 4. I know Packy had a monster game 1, but I felt like if you'd have just had more practice, just to get a little bit more
just
traffic going.
build it in. But yeah, anyway, it's out for the World Series. Oh, God, it feels like we live here. We've been in 2 Airbnbs, 1 hotel, all in Detroit.
A lot of Tim Hortons.
A lot of Tim Hortons.
Timmy's.
A ticket.
The ticket. We got them all back at the MGM, baby.
We got them all. We did. We kind of crushed the slot machines the other day. So, well,
Now we gotta go to Akron.
now we get to go to Akron.
The TOC,
1 more tournament.
and then we're done. A lot of guys on the bubble. Yeah, I think you're just outside the top 43 now. Darren's outside the top 43.
Oh, it's gonna be a race
Yeah.
this week.
Yeah, I think a couple years ago they ended with the Masters, which is always which is a crazy one because that's the swingiest tournament. I mean, you could lead and go 0-2 in match play and stuff. So this one's a little different. TOC is not as swingy. And smaller field. There's only 50 guys in the PTQ because you have to be a regional champion. They're taking top 8, so smaller PTQ, smaller field.
Some of the guys on the bubble, too, have to get through the PTQ.
Mm-hmm.
We're ending it.
Let's end it, baby. Let's wrap it up.
What'd you make?
I have no idea. Never
15.
15?
15.
Never looked
15
at-
million?
15 million, I
That's pretty
think.
good.
Dude, all right.
Hey, man.
We're set,
Nice
baby.
job, dude.
We're set. Yeah.
Let me hold a couple dollars.
Yeah. Oh, I got you. We're hooking you up. I'll buy you some Tim Hortons.
Hey, let's go. That's a
Get
win.
ticket.
All right, y'all. Appreciate it. You'll see us tomorrow at the TOC,
Yes, sir.
or actually the next day.
We got PTQ and then practice same day.
PTQ and practice same day.
All right. Well,
Let's rock and roll. See y'all
later.
later.